Joining me now is the man in charge of leading the effort to defend the Democratic majority in the House, Representative Sean Patrick Maloney. Congressman Maloney, thank you very much for joining us. So you've been pretty optimistic all along. You still feeling good about your chances in the House?
Oh, look, well, you guys have been writing us off for 2 years, and we just went to work fixing people's problems, helping our veterans with health care, capping seniors' out-of-pocket costs in Medicare, taking on big drug companies, passing gun safety legislation, bringing jobs back from China. We've got a record of progress, and we're doing a lot better than people thought we would, and we are in a very competitive election. We know it's going to be a challenge. We know it's going to be hard. My mom used to say everything good in life is hard. You got to go work. That's what we're going to do.
Okay, so we know the historic trends, first midterms for the president's party are tough. You scoffed at the historic record back in November of 2020 when you were running for the job you now have. And I want to bring up a quote from what you said back in November 2020. "I don't give a damn about the past," you said. "I'm not a historian. My job is not to whine about it. My job is to win. If I get this position, we're going to break that curse and we are going to win seats. Write it down." Okay, as you can see, we wrote it down. You still think you are going to win seats, pick up seats in the House?
Well, why not? We're doing better than anybody predicted. I'd like you to meet Congressman Pat Ryan, where you all had him down 3 to 7 points in the polls. We won in Alaska, for goodness sake. Yeah, I said Alaska. We have a Democratic woman representing Alaska. So what do you say we let the voters speak? Because when they have spoken, it turns out they care that this MAGA crowd has taken away 50 years of reproductive freedom, all of the privacy rights we used to take for granted. It turns out they care that we're making progress on the problems, and we have a plan to bring down your costs, to help our seniors, to help our veterans, to bring jobs back to the United States. The other side is working on their own power. So they've got a ploy to win back power. We've got a plan to fix your problems. Yes, when voters have spoken, we've done well.
I recall in 2010, President Obama doing 16 rallies all across the country in the month of October alone. We don't see much of Joe Biden out on the campaign trail. I know he's announced an event in Florida for next week, but why aren't we seeing Biden out more? Would you like to see him out more?
Well, I saw him in Poughkeepsie, which is my district, where we announced $120 billion of private sector investments in upstate and Hudson Valley, New York, tens of thousands of good jobs coming back from China, whether you've got a high school degree or a PhD. And I stood on the stage with him and celebrated an economic plan to rebuild upstate New York with good jobs and manufacturing jobs and construction jobs. So I guess I don't know what you're talking about. And we know what the results were.
Wait, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't think
you don't know what I'm talking about.
We're going to do that.
I mean, but excuse me. I mean, like I said, Obama, 16 rallies in the month of October alone during his first midterm, and we are not seeing that. He went to Poughkeepsie. Like I said, he's going to go to Florida. There was a trip to Pennsylvania. But as you know, he has not been out there anywhere near as much as previous presidents, even as much as President Trump in 2018.
Right. And Donald Trump lost 42 seats in 2018, and we lost 63.
So is that what you're worried would happen?
You're praising. So I guess we've got a strategy that might work out better than those. Why don't we let the voters speak? And what I'm telling you is in my own district, where the Republicans are lighting on fire $7 million trying to beat me, I stood next to a president who's bringing jobs back from China, a president who is fixing the problems that are concerning people. I don't think voters want to punish the person fixing the problem and reward the person trying to exploit the problem for political gain. And so why don't we let the strategy play out of trying to solve problems, tell people about it, and when voters have spoken, we've won.
So you're obviously bullish on President Biden. Would you like to see him run for re-election?
Look, the president will make that decision. I think if he keeps getting the results that I want for the people I represent, good jobs here in America, whether you got a high school degree or a PhD, helping our seniors. We've capped your out-of-pocket costs in Medicare. A plan for safe streets. I've brought $7 million back for good policing here in the Hudson Valley. Those are the kind of results that voters want. And if we keep getting results, I think the voters will reward that, whether you're the President of the United States or a member of Congress.
Speaking of New York, as you mentioned, the Republicans have gone in big to try to defeat you. They think that your seat is winnable. We've also seen recent polling that shows that Governor Hochul is facing a very tough challenge, much tougher than expected, from Lee Zeldin, the Republican. Could we really see Democrats in trouble in New York, of all places?
Well, what I can tell you is that the other side is acting like angry people, and they're lashing out with what they've got, which is big, dark MAGA millions. Like I said, they're lighting on fire $7 million trying to beat me. And on the day after the election, they're going to lose this seat and wish they had that $7 million out in races they could win. That tells me they're not good at their jobs, and I don't want those people making decisions about my national security or my economy or my reproductive freedom, because they're angry people using dark mega millions to try to win power. They have no plan to fix your economy. They have no plan to make our streets safer. We know what they're going to do to our reproductive freedoms, and they look the other way when our democracy, our voting rights, our very capital is attacked. No, what you're seeing is a bunch of irrational, angry decisions using money, not a plan to help our communities or move our country forward.
All right, Congressman Maloney, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to write it down again. You're still saying you think you can pick up seats in the House. We'll come back and talk to you after the election. Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.